Welcome everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Just wanted to give you a quick message, let you know that very soon I have my album / mixtape. If you're interested in it, I'll let you know when it gets closer. I'm redesigning and building a new Realm of Realness website. It's gonna be up and running soon. It's an e-commerce site, so it's 100% secure for anything I have for sale on there. Shirts, music, art. Most likely on my next video, give you the details. Checking out some music put together and produced by me. Then I'll provide them links and all the info for the album mixtape. Also, there's gonna be a section on there to sell my art, paintings. It's usually just nature, different nature settings for the most part. But yeah, if that's something you're interested in, that's gonna be available. Customized paintings by me. And once again, appreciate everyone coming in, checking out the information. I'm gonna do a better job at getting to the comments right away. They hide all my notifications. Sometimes they don't even throw the comments in there for months. And a lot of times they never show up in the feed comment section of the video. So if I'm mobile from a phone, I never get it. So I have to be logged in from a computer to be able to go in there and see all the comments that they're hiding. So once again, appreciate you all. If you want to support the work, check out the description. Check out my Rumble in the description as well. Trying to get that up and running. And maybe some of you that have Rumble, head over there and look for me there. Just click the link. I'll have it below. And I'm not going to upload all the videos from this channel over there so you don't run into the same videos. But I'm going to be uploading stuff over there that will definitely get flagged right away from uploading them on YouTube. Alright, let's get into the video. Enjoy. Video clips from TV shows or movies and images and logos and symbolism that's used in this video is protected under the Fair Use Act. First of all, they have a school shooting track site. I find that disturbing. The counts are counting. Now, I'm not saying that they plan all this stuff. Matter of fact, they say it over and over again through the symbolism, through the TV shows, predictive programming. You know, the ones that put out all these movies for us on any different platform, these big promoted movies, all controlled by these dark magicians, these sorcerers. But if it was all planned to fulfill an agenda and you put it inside of a TV show as a practice of your ritualistic magic, lesser magic, spell casting, letting us know what's coming, might look a little something like this.
With no idea that they'd eventually be activated. That would be the best, most dangerous hiding of all. I'm talking about mind control.
She wanted you to hate them back, so you would want to lash out, and then they use it to trigger you. Melina's father has raised her for this. That is how mind control works, Foster. And there are 12 other kids out there, just like Justin, who have probably already been triggered.
Stop them. Close the school.
We can't. We tip our hand, they will shift plans, and we would lose the only advantage that we have.
What advantage?
Me? In order to cut the head off this cell, we have to catch you attempting to commit an act of terrorism. That very same act we now know they were going to force you to commit.
Okay. They don't even have a debt, so...
Your mom took it. She could easily have given it back, but we can't wait for that. We have to control and attack ourselves so that we can stop it. want me to attack? We won't let you hurt anybody. Foster, the night that we met, I told you you belonged here, and I meant that. Take out your notebook. Okay, good. I need you to follow these instructions exactly.
Systems that would identify the enemy before they ever posed a threat. Suspicion scanners, temperature gauges, even the Dexons you're wearing today. There's nowhere left to hide, right? But wait. What if the terrorists didn't know they were terrorists? What if they were even hidden from themselves, with no idea that they'd eventually be activated? That would be the best, most dangerous hiding of all. I'm talking about mind control.
But wait. What if the terrorists didn't know they were terrorists? What if they were even hidden from themselves, with no idea that they'd eventually be activated? That would be the best, most dangerous hiding of all. I'm talking about mind control. Wait. What if the terrorists didn't know they were terrorists?
Breaking news. Another terrorist attack was put down today on the Caribbean line. The origin of the attacks and the identities of the attackers are not yet known.
So it's just a coincidence that this supposed attack happens the first day we sit with the committee? I mean, how fucking stupid do you think we are, Odin? Odin. Odin.
Odin.
Keep in mind, most of these shooters, they're using tactical gear, you know, like it's some sort of protocol or programming. It's sad they program the kids and people through the trauma of these events happening. Program them, you know, and they turn them into little bee workers that out there holding signs like this, and they think it's the gun. They don't understand, and they'll never be able to connect the dots and see the agenda on a large scale. I think once they're activated, there's no going back. The movie Get Out shows a good example of the level of mind control. It ties into the coagula being able to tap right in and take over their consciousness.
He called what he did a mission. How did he want to be remembered?
As mentally ill or different from the norm. How else? Being successful with the mission. Being successful with the mission.
When we look at the tremendous challenge which we have in creating this
Funny thing about that Alex Jones case, the lawyer his name is Matt Blumenthal. That's right, Blumenthal. Big advocate for gun control, banning certain weapons. Now, what does his dad do, you ask? His father is Richard Blumenthal, lawmaker, even bigger advocate for gun control. He's a leader on gun safety, always pushing for the bans of assault weapons and federal bans. He's a Yale guy. We know a lot of times who comes out of Yale. His father, you ask? Well, we've heard this story several times. It's the typical George Soros story. His father fled from Nazi Germany when he was 18. It's amazing all these guys end up being in key positions running the world. It's not that. It's these Nazi families embedded in America. It's not that. They're all prisoners of war. Very interesting. So with that AJ case though, like I said, the son is the lawyer and the dad is the lawmaker, working as a team to push that agenda forward as far as the banning of the guns. What a character, Blumenthal. No thanks, I don't smoke, but I do got it for you, Blumenthal. Skull and Bones, question mark.
Trends are absolutely alarming and appalling. And we are complicit in these deaths if we fail to act. As I speak, on the floor right now, there is a school shooting in Santa Clara, California. How can we turn the other way? How can we refuse to see that shooting in real time, demanding our attention, requiring our action? We are complicit if we fail to act.
Was read that this shows that the internet isn't the wild, wild west, that there are consequences for words. What kind of impact do you think that this ruling is going to have on future cases, even across the country?
Well, we hope that it will send a message to Alex Jones and people like him that it will not pay to tell these sorts of terrible lies about people, especially the victims of mass shootings and their families. These are real people. They have real stories. Their loved ones lived real lives. And this is a real verdict that will send a real message to people across the country that it will not pay. It may take a while, but the American justice system will catch up to you.
If you're the type of person that's just starting to wake up or whatnot, just starting to realize that there's been way too many school you-know-whats and other type of mass you-know-whats, not just schools. There's a lot. So if you think there's something to that, Not just kids all over the place just deciding to snap and kill innocent people, especially children. Then I'm sure you're partial with me on the fact that there's more to it than that. Because right after that, every time it happens, you'll have them pushing policies, and it's always to ban certain guns. Find that a little odd. What if the shooters were sought out years ahead of time, studied, watched, maybe some willing participants?
Sign me up, man.
Either way, activated by a signal or activated by technology or someone behind the technology. All their mugshots have something in common. They have that, distant stare, something missing. More like laser focused on a mission. Reality, what we know here is like they're not even with it. You can see it in their eyes. Speaking of fulfilling the mission, the Batman shooter, Aurora, that was July 20th, 2012. That's the Aurora event. Of course, the Batman movie released is on that day, July 20th, 2012. In that movie, there's a scene, they point on a map. You could see the name that's circled. Just showing you a quick example of the lesser magic, the spell casting. Predictive programming. Later on, same year, 2012, December 14th, the Handy Sook event ritual goes down. I know, it's just a movie, right? Let me get it straight though. They point at Handy Sook on the map a couple months after, in December, Handy Sook happens. As an example of what happens and what's to come for speaking out about so-called conspiracies. Of course, they're going to use all the top guys first to make an example out of. That's why we're seeing it happen right now with all of them. They get banned first, but really it's just a deep cover Psyop written out a long time ago. Part of their plans and agenda for more and more and more control. Take away your rights to bear arms.
Because of their chaos, this loose gun laws that they have passed. That's why we're here today, because Governor Abbott and Dan Patrick and everybody like them have made this country, this state, more dangerous by having no gun laws.
The only beings capable of something that dark, if it was a plan and they can willingly sacrifice kids and just random humans over and over again, all that just to get your guns. You think it sounds crazy, but why is it that other countries don't have guns like us? Because this has already happened in most other places, and it's on its way here. They've been trying for a long time. You would have to have no empathy. It would be almost what we know as alien-like. Parasitic state of mind. Humans are just test subjects to beings like that, or programs like that. Notice most of the shooters are highly intelligent. That's going back all the way to killers, serial killers like Ted Bundy. who was going to be positioned in the government. And in the American bloodlines, the elites, Bundy is one of the names that they go under. He was surrounded by elite class of people. Elite school. Unibomber is another. I assume under the spell and the subject of the MKUltra mind control programs that he was knowingly a part of.
With a genius IQ of 167, CIA was not the only government agency interested in the possibilities LSD and other drugs presented for mind control. The Army Chemical Corps first started working with the CIA and then branched off on its own. It too tested drugs on unwitting victims, and a death would result. The case of this man, Harold Blower, a tennis pro, seen here with his daughter Elizabeth, is well known. In 1953, Blower was a private patient at the New York State Psychiatric Institute. He was given 5 injections of a mescaline derivative that was being tested secretly for the Army Chemical Corps. With the 5th injection, Harold Blower died. As with the Olson case, a 22-year cover-up followed, until finally the Army admitted the real details of Blower's death. Since the initial news stories of Harold Blower's death, close to 5,000 documents, previously classified, have been released by the Army and obtained by ABC News. They provide valuable insight into Army activities at the time of Blower's death, and where the Army went from there with their own drug testing program. From a previously classified deposition of Dr. James Cattell, who administered the mescaline derivative, on the purpose of the drug testing, to produce symptoms similar to those that you see in schizophrenia. On how much the patient knew about all this. We didn't delineate all the possibilities of what...
Charles Manson, also LSD, mind control experiments, and working with the government. I could keep going, but we see a trend. Some of them are willingly a part of these programs. The other probably don't even know what's happening until after.
What did I do? It was a voice. It wasn't me.
You and I are going to work together. We will spend lots of time together. But we will get the results that my employers have requested. I always do. The sooner you accept that you are no longer who you were, the easier this will be. Sidney Bristow is gone.
He spent months breaking you down. They use sensory deprivation, electroshock. He would put you to sleep by running an IV with the barbiturate into one arm and shock you awake with an amphetamine into the other arm.
I will kill you, you son of a bitch! I promise you.
Once Oleg believed you'd been broken, he began a conditioning process. He started with hypnosis.
Your name is Julia Thorne. You were born in London on August 2, 1973.
My name is Sidney Bristow, you ugly bastard.
Disoriented you with narcotics.
Your name is Julia Thorne.
Really? Then why is my name Sydney Bristow?
He withheld food for weeks at a time. He bombarded you with images, information. Classic techniques, tried and true.
Julia, your father's name was Kenneth Thorne. Julia is who you are. Two brothers, Daniel and Tom. The Latin school. You were the old confirmation at the All Souls Church. Julia is who you are. You lost your family in fire. After that, you became a contract killer. You showed no pity. Your first targets were the men destroyed your family. You became a contract. You showed no pity. Your first targets were the Julia will destroy your
Dr. Thaddeus Q. They, a neuroscientist who has discovered a way to manipulate collective memory. Most people have never heard of him, or rather, they have, but he has manipulated their memories to make them forget that they ever have. While working on NASA's top-secret Operation Soy Bomb, involving future one-way space flights beyond our realm, Dr. They devised a technique to change specific memories, which would allow astronauts to complete their mission without being weighed down by thoughts of life back on Earth. However, Dr. They was fired for also making the astronauts think that they were chimpanzees. He perfected his research while at the U.S. University Hospital in Grenada, and now applies his method for a number of unknown, mysterious clients. His memory manipulations have run the gamut, from Holocaust denial to corporate product recognition to making people forget he himself once starred as an irrepressible genie in a movie called Kablam. Dr. They has not been heard of for many years, but rumors swirl that he was at the last presidential inauguration, where, amongst the hundreds of millions who attended, he was seen occupying the last remaining seat available. And as to his motivations for being there, and what exactly he is up to now, we have no way of knowing. Or perhaps we once did, but have since been made to forget.
A lot of them have documented occurrences where they're part of these mind control experiments, and they're cloaked as psychedelic experiments. I just found out also that Whitey Bulger was also involved in these CIA experiments. He was a known informant, and he had statements on record where he was talking about the questions they would ask while he was under the experiment. And they would ask things like, would you ever kill? Them studying our minds isn't anything new. I'm gonna take a few minutes to read, and what I'm reading is gonna be in the description as well. This goes back to the 1920s. In the 1920s, the development of the electroencephalograph, EEG, an apparatus for detecting and recording brain waves, offered brain psychologists the key to unlock the mysteries of the body's pivotal organ of thought, intellect, and personality, while giving hope for a specific means of mapping mental health ailments. The newfound electrical pattern to brain function also opened a monstrous Pandora's box, possible radio control of the mind. In 1934, doctors E.L. Chaffee and R.U. Light, probably a real name, huh? published a method for remote control of electrical stimulation of the nervous system, an introductory monograph of electromagnetic mind control methodology. In 1964, electromagnetic response EMR researcher Dr. Jose Delgado of the Cordoba, Spain, climbed into a bull ring and, with the push of a button, triggered an electrode implanted in the brain tissue of the charging bull. Early 1963, CIA issued manual prepared on the study of radio hypnotic intracerebral control, RHIC. Basically sounds like Reich. When a part of your brain receives a tiny electrical impulse from outside sources, such as vision, hearing, etc., an emotion is produced, anger at the sight of gang of boys beating an old woman. For example, the same emotions of anger can be created by artificial radio signals sent to your brain by a controller. You could instantly feel the same white-hot anger without any apparent reason.
How did I get here? Who is that pounding the door? Damn, this headache is pounding. Really can't take any more. Really just rain when it pours. Or maybe I'm dreaming, someone just summoned a demon. Now I'm just pissed with no reason, with voices that change with the season. Hotter but colder than freezing, stop from scheming. Thinking the defense is weakened, knowing it's all on my brain. Willing to still play the game, thinking there's still room to change. Feel like a strobe of light in the globe while people in robes watch us like shows. Anything goes, they're watching my flows. They thinking he knows. And when they zoom in, they assuming that a true man shows.
Think yourselves lucky that I'm giving you audience tomorrow instead of 20 years from now. The great Oz has spoken. Pay no attention